All right, Ian, we got voicemails, Ian.
We do.
How do you don't know how to access it?
I don't.
Anchor.fm/the podcast. Leave us a voicemail. Say you love us. Say you like us. Say you hate us. It's all good fun. And we're going to start first with this one.
Hello, Pat and Ian. Owen from the west of Ireland here.
Owen.
This one's for both of you. Would you have any favourite crossover games, like Marvel vs. Capcom, Battletoads and Double Dragon, Smash Brothers, etc.? Thanks and keep up the great work.
Thanks for the awesome accent.
Marvel vs. Capcom Match of the Millennium on the Neo Geo Pocket Color is one of my favorites. It was the first game in that series to get released, which is funny. People think it was the arcade game.
Really?
It was actually that one. And it's a fantastic fighting game. Shows you really what the more what the programmers could do when making a pocket fighting game. A lot of characters, bonus games, unlockables. It was awesome. So yeah, it's probably my favorite crossover.
All right. My favorite crossover. God, I didn't play a lot of it. I mean, I played a little bit in the arcade, Marvel versus Capcom, I believe, but not like I wasn't. It was like something.
I'm sorry, not Marvel versus Capcom. SNK versus Capcom.
I was going to say when you said Match of the Millennium, I was like,
Match of the Millennium. Yeah, sorry. I
okay.
Yeah.
You can get mad at me like I got with the analog. How dare you?
You forgot something big.
I don't know.
That's huge.
I'm not perfect, Ian.
That's crazy.
Is Pat perfect? Am I perfect, Ian?
Perfect, Patrick.
Oh, Ian thinks I'm perfect. He's
Perfect,
disappointed
Patrick.
I screwed up.
And I just have a question for Ian. What was your favorite childhood game growing up?
That's from Craig. Sorry to cut it out. There was a lot of stuff there.
Favorite childhood game growing up? Probably DuckTales. I'm at the point in my life where I no longer need to call DuckTales my favorite game, but I really like DuckTales. It is one of my favorite video games, and definitely a game that I played a lot of from the time I got it up until the time I moved out. I just always played that game.
Hey, Pat and Ian, this is Joey from Wisconsin. My question is for both of you guys. Which PlayStation franchise do you wish would make a comeback? Personally, I'd love to see a jumping flash game done in VR, or if Blasto got another chance in the spotlight. You guys have gotten me through so many work days, especially on overtime, so thank you guys. Appreciate it.
No problem, Joey. What do you think? You're the PlayStation guy.
A Jumping Flash would actually probably be mine. I love the Jumping Flash series. There was a third one that was released in Japan called Robot Mondu that never was released over here. That was basically you controlled Robot and did a bunch of like odd jobs and stuff like that. And then the series went away. But I'd love to see a new one of those. I also tend to associate the Wipeout series with Sony more than any other system, even though it has had releases on other systems. I think it's unlikely that we'll see a new Wipeout entry.
Wipeout.
It's been a long time. The two newest ones were on the PS3. There was the Wipeout Omega collection on the PS4, but it just collected older ones. So I'm sorry, there was one on the Vita, but I think they ended up shutting down that studio. I think Studio Liverpool is gone. So once again, I don't know who would make it, but I would love to see another Wipeout.
Parappa. Bring Parappa back.
Yeah, Parappa too.
Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, Pat and Ian, Morgan from Canada here. Big fan. Just quick question. What do you guys consider to be a complete game when it comes to collecting? Does it have to have all the inserts, or is it just the game instruction box good enough? Look forward to hearing the answer and hope you guys have a good afternoon.
For me, it has to be everything that's inherent into that game. So like if it's a poster, not necessarily a poster, like a map. It's something like a map. Obviously, instruction manual. I don't care about the warranty cards.
So
that to me is complete. Like the posters, it's like they usually a lot of times Nintendo games have like the poster of just the cover art, and I'm like, I don't know about that. But if it was like a guide that came with like the Dragon Warrior card or whatever, like that's to me complete then.
Yeah. For me, it's pretty simple. For me, it's box manual game. That's what I want for a complete game. But there are, like you said, the special instances, RPGs specifically. If there was a, poster where one side was a map or a bestiary or something like that, maps to certain things, I would consider that essential to being complete.
Some sports games have like the play card.
Yeah,
I
don't consider like warranty cards necessarily to be complete. I don't consider necessary for my definition of complete. Also, like the Genesis was popular it was popular for a lot of the first party titles to include a poster, but it wasn't necessarily specific to the game. It would have like Batman Forever on one side, and then on the other side it would have like these upcoming games. Those were just put in tons of games. So
Black Box Games had the you know the Rob for the first couple of years. They had the Rob poster.
I know lots of people, and I can't fault them because I guess it is the definition of complete, who really want all of that shit. But honestly, I find that most people who are shopping in stores, most stores in general, including Luna, we're gonna let you see it. But if you ask us if it's complete, I mean that to include having its manual as well as the game in the box.
Sure. Yeah, 99% of collectors don't care about warranty cards or the poster. It's really, you gotta be very specific when it comes to that.
Yeah, like you said, unless it's specific to the game.
Unless it's only that game has that. But like I said, like some of the like Cabal had like a Cabal poster inside. It's like
even that I'm not concerned about.
It's a fucking poster. You don't need it to play the game. Like, what do you need to play the game?
Sure.
Like the poster, any other reference card stuff.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Ian. This is Jared from Philly. And my question is, do you and Pat ever smoke weed together? I know Ian is a big weed enthusiast, and I know Pat uses CBD. But I was just curious if Pat ever dabbles in the THC side of marijuana, and you and Ian get blitzed together. Thanks for the podcast. Love you guys.
I don't know how that would work if we got blitzed together. I've only done THC twice. One time I was tricked when Ian was DJing.
I don't think you were tricked necessarily. I just... Never mind.
Not tricked. It wasn't a big deal. I said it was a CBD vape, and it wasn't.
Well,
it
probably... The reaction you said you had is not a reaction people get from CBD.
Yes, it was because I was like woo, but also it was both.
All right,
I don't care. I wasn't like I was laced with LSD, but you know that was the one time. The second time was a girl that wanted me to smoke because you know she wanted to have fun. It was not necessarily it wasn't peer pressure, but that seemed like a prerequisite. So I was like, okay. When I actually smoked, it didn't really do anything though. When I actually smoked it from like a regular.
If you've legitimately never really smoked before, it's not going to. They always say that you got to get like a base coat in you before.
Yeah,
it really
when I did it, I was like, yeah, I don't feel anything. I mean, I pretended, and it's like, okay, let's go to bed. No, yeah, that's it. Though. I don't know. Maybe we should one day, Ian. Oof, that's a no.
Maybe.
From Ian. That's like a maybe from Dad.
Maybe.
Ian triggered me. Again, maybe. Can we go? Can I get go to McDonald's after we go to the store? Maybe. No, that was we'll see.
We'll see.
That's no.
That's a no.
Respect me. Just tell me no straight up. Next.
What's the best pool or billiards game?
That'd be Side Pocket. I know. That's why. That's funny.
Hey guys, this is Dan from Portville, New Jersey. My question today is if you guys had a AAA budget to make any game in an existing franchise, what game would you choose? Thanks.
Oh,
we get asked this quite a bit. Something like this, it's tough. What a rush!
AAA budget, huh? What a rush.
Super Dodgeball. AAA version.
I mean, that would be interesting. Sure,
with
why not?
With a career mode, RPG elements up your stuff. Yeah, actually, I want to see that. Actually,
give me a AAA mappy, a gritty crime drama.
Now I want to see a Super Dodgeball like open world RPG. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'll put money into developing it.
Hey, Pat and Ian, longtime fan. Just listened to the prior episode where someone had mentioned being a fan since childhood. It had me thinking how I saw my first NES Punk video when I was 12 years old.
Oh my god.
And I literally only clicked on it because it had a dominatrix woman on the thumbnail.
Oh no.
Good to know the algorithm has been going strong for a long time now. I'm 26 now, I'm a tax accountant, and I am fucking tired every day.
All right, cut you out there, Joe. Okay, there's some questions here. First of all, your math's a little bit off. I haven't even been doing NES Punk stuff for 14 years. 2012, that was 9 years ago. You're 20. You said it was 28 now. He said it was 26 now, so he would have been 17. There's some weird math there, but you do taxes though, so I'm assuming you have something right. It's just weird whenever it says this. I said, oh, I was 12 and I started watching your videos. And now I'm the brokerage. I run a firm somewhere, and it's like, what the, like what? So you went through high school, college, got your MBA and now you're a hedge fund manager and you watch, Dominatrix Alicia Dragoon video from 2012. By the way, that was 2011 or 12. That's just always weird to hear that.
Yeah, very weird.
But the podcast is coming out with you. The podcast is going to turn 8 years old.
Jesus.
Is that end of July? I always forget.
End of July, beginning of August.
When they first cast Ben Affleck as Batman. That was 8 years ago. And now he's gone. A hell of a cameo in Flashpoint. They'll get him out of bed. He's back with J-Lo. There you go. 20 years later, he's back with J-Lo. They found the true love. A-Rod's a scumbag. And good for you, J-Lo. Good. I'd rather you be with Ben. I don't care. It's funny.
Patrick, Ian, this is Josh, and this is my 20th time doing this recording.
What?
My question is, has a big company like Spotify or Barstool ever tried to reach out to you guys and potentially tried to sign you guys to their platform? Thanks, guys.
No, I love the money, but no. We're on Anchor, which is run by Spotify. It's a subsidiary. But no, we have not been approached to be signed directly.
Yeah, no one's tried to sign us.
We'll see in the future. We'll see if we get the big bucks, the big dollar signs dangled over.
Yeah,
that's basically how it works. They give you. There's usually sponsors involved. They give you a guarantee. Usually that no, it hasn't happened. We'll do a few more here. Trying to stay under 2 hours, which somehow we have with this podcast. I'm not even sure how.
Hey guys, this is Jacob from Arizona. You might remember seeing me at Game On Expo every year when it happens. And Ian, I'm sure you know my buddy Jody, who's an avid listener of the podcast. He tries to make it by Luna every year to say hello and buy something off you. Anyway, my question is, do you guys have a memory of borrowing games from someone or someone borrowed a game off you where it turned out to be a struggle getting it back and it turns into a shouting contest with you saying,
oh boy, I'm having flashbacks.
Yep.
To Yoshi's. All right. No, I never let. I'm trying to remember when I ever let. I might have let Kevin borrow a game, but it was never any issue with Kevin. But I'd borrow games from him sometimes. I never let someone borrow a game, never got it back. That never happened. Where I was threatened to beat up someone, or that never happened for me.
Not to my knowledge, no.
Not to your knowledge.
No, I have this memory, this weird nagging memory of my youth where an NES game that I did own, I lent to someone in exchange for a different game. And I think we were both happy with the exchange.
You never talked about it again?
And we just let it be.
But
I can't remember what game it is.
Man, that would be stuck in my memory.
Yeah.
What games did you have? How many Nintendo games you had? I only had about 10, 12.
I had about 30. My parents played a lot of Nintendo.
Rich kid. So if you ran through them on what would have triggered the memory, be like, okay, was that one?
I've tried. I literally have no idea.
Nintendo World Cup or something?
I have no idea what it was, but it was a game that I liked, but
Double Dragon then probably.
Excuse me. It was a game that I liked, and it was a game that the game that I got was a game that I liked, and like I said, it apparently worked out that way too, where we were both just all right, I guess we're just gonna keep these.
Yeah, we'll never bring it up. Do you want it? I'm still playing it. I'm still playing it. Never got to that point. See, if my parents would be so weirded out, they'd want the real game back. Did you exchange the box of manual
it was just a loose game,
visitation rights to be like, okay,
loose game.
It's like exchanging hostages in with the KGB and the CIA.
Yeah.
in Berlin. No. Okay, a couple more here.
Hi, Pat and Ian. This is Kenny from Blackburn in England. Just a quick question about arcades. A lot of them shut down where we are now. There is a couple of bar arcades opened up, but I've got good memories of playing RoboCop, Daytona USA, and Vendetta games like that. But what are your favourite arcade games of the past? And do you attend any local bar arcades? Okay, thank you. Bye.
God, I love across the pond. The Irish, the Scottish, the English, they love us. I love this every week.
So what was the question? What are some arcade favorite arcade games?
Throw you off. Favorite arcade games, and then you frequent a barcade or?
No, there's none that I frequent around here. Although I do like the gas lamp coin op. I just don't like to go down to the gas lamp super
I've never been
often.
to that one.
It's busy down there. I don't
hard to get in and out.
Don't love the area.
I like the gas lamp.
But lately, I've been actually finding myself, in terms of old arcade games, I've been finding myself very, very focused on Mappy again, the original Mappy. Playing a lot of
Mappy.
Playing a lot of Mappy again, and I was playing a lot of Galaga a couple weeks ago too.
Galaga's might make my top. I think Galaga's in my top 10.
It's a great game.
I love Galaga so much.
It's really snappy. It just feels good.
Yeah, everything just comes together.
Yeah.
Good old Namco.
Yep.
Namco defined the arcade game in the 80s. They really did.
Yeah, they did.
I should do a top 10 arcade games. I always think that one makes my top 10. So like Tempest probably barely makes my top 10. I love Tempest. Popeye. I love Popeye. I love Donkey Kong Jr. so much more. Every time I play, I'm like, this game is brilliant. Donkey Kong Jr.
It's a great game.
The GOAT is Rolling Thunder in my eyes. I love Asteroids so much. I would definitely, if I had my druthers, that would be a game I would own. An original Asteroids is a beautiful machine with the vector graphics, the shiny, bright vector graphics. White. What else is on my list? Going more into the 80s. Let's see. I have a weird love of APB because it's so weird. I love POW. I have fond memories of playing POW. I love the Ghostbusters arcade game because you never used to see it. When you saw it, you're like, I gotta play that game. It was a really good game. Those 3-player like Mercs, like basically the same company, like the 3-player, run and gun top down, run and gun shooter. That's a great game there. Then obviously NBA Jam. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Ninja Turtles arcade game. Whether you like that or Turtles in Time. Obviously, Simpsons arcade. Once you get to the 90s, you really start looking at, okay, it's hard to pick out individual ones because there's so many classic ones that you like. Obviously, Street Fighter 2.
Tons.
It's fantastic. But for I'm talking it's almost like you got to talk like Final Fight. Come on, Ian. Come on.
It's great.
That's
I was thinking
me,
like classic.
That's what I mean. But like when you really say arcade,
once you get above like past 87, 88, it gets real tough.
The Aliens arcade game, you never really saw that much. That was an excellent game. Remember the Aliens arcade game?
Mm-hmm.
I love Sly Spy because no one else does it. I love those one-off games that weren't franchises like that. Sly Spy, Data East, great game. Love that. Lucky and Wild.
Really good game.
The 2-player one.
I played through that, and the last time I was in a Chuck E. Cheese, it was like 99 2000. My buddy and I sat down and beat that.
I mean, Terminator 2 arcade machine, arguably the best light gun shooter ever. Like that.
I hate that game.
It gets rough, but I mean, come on. What do you like about that?
I think it's a bad game.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you prefer Revolution X?
I don't like any of those, honestly.
You don't like Operation Thunderbolt?
I don't like a lot of those scrolling light gun games.
Really? You don't like a rail shooter? Operation Thunderbolt. If you don't like Operation Wolf, those are classic. Operation Wolf was classic at the time. That game got. You don't understand. Seeing the line, there was lines to play. Not lines, but like that game was always fucking played. Operation Wolf. Sure. I mean, always. That's the one my father would always play. He loved that one. Yeah, and then of course, come on, Spy Hunter. Come on, Cocktail Spy. Cocktail. Sit down, Spy Hunter, not Cocktail. And I always love Missile Command. It gives me anxiety. I love Missile Command though.
All right, cut it shorter. We're just gonna just stop.
I can go on.
Centipede is one of my favorites too. Yes, but we're just gonna end up sitting here for 15 minutes listing titles of games that we like.
He asked for it. Okay, you want to do one more? I think we got one under the
one more
under the wire here.
Fine.
This is Thomas the Tank Tallarico, and ooh boy, I am having a day over here. Was just minding my own beeswax when all of a sudden I turn around and boom, somebody goes all Edward Snowden on me and leaks all my secrets to the world. It was nobody's business what other devices we compared with Amico hardware, whether it's the T-Mobile Sidekick or the BlackBerry 7100 or the Tiger R-Zone. That's our business. That was for nobody's eyes but mine and the team members I haven't hired yet. And I know when I was fighting about the stock photos that I accidentally said stick photos, but that's an easy mistake. We use stick photos too. It's what we make like half our games with. Everyone better back off because I can be a bad dude when I want to be, okay? I can be bad like a California bagel. Do you understand me? Do you understand me?
Oh, jeez. Tommy.
Thomas.
Wow.
Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Tom for the business.
Tom on the business side. Tom.
The business side. Tom.
So, Tom is upset about the leaks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bad like a California bagel. That's pretty fucking bad.
I know. God, we don't know what's going to happen next.
We don't.
Well, is that it?
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right.